Some of you need to learn to be by yourself. Some of you don't know how to be by yourself. And so in this episode, we are going to be discussing the ways that you can use your singleness as a season of growth. My name is Jessica Monet and welcome back to this series of the 10 days of Galentines. Here are the chapters of today's video and let's get right into it. Reframe the narrative. Single does not mean incomplete. And because it doesn't mean incomplete, that means you need to stop with the lack mindset. You are not lacking because you don't have a boyfriend, a husband, or a partner. You are not without because you don't have a boyfriend, a husband, or a partner. There is more of you to give, more time for you to give, more effort for you to give, more energy for you to give, more love for you to give. You are in an abundant state. And if you continue to grow in that abundant state whilst you are single, you are going to maintain that state somewhat once you enter into a relationship. I hear girlies talk about like looking for somebody, or they feel like they're missing something, they're looking for their missing piece, yada yada. Like, you, no wonder you're entering into weird situations and weird things, because you're searching for something that you already have. You think that you were incomplete and this other person is going to complete you, when everything that you needed to navigate this earth and everything that you needed to come into the person that you want to be is already within you. So you're searching for something that doesn't exist simply because of your limiting mindset. I personally believe I am guided by God. I personally believe I have His Holy Spirit inside of me. Therefore, I will not miss anything. Therefore, I have everything that I need. Therefore, I am complete. Everything that I will be added onto me. Everything that I have will come into my path. So I am not missing anything in this period of time, nor have I missed anything before. Okay, if you believe that you were divinely protected and divinely guided by God, by Jesus, you were not missing anything. You were not missing anything. This is not a period of lack. This is a period of abundance. Okay, if I'm divinely protected, if I have the Holy Spirit guiding me, am I going to miss my time? No.
Right.
Is what is meant for me going to pass me by? No. Am I not going to be ready for the gift when it comes? No.
Right.
You are repeatedly telling yourself lies that is making you think you are either not ready or not perfect enough to enter into a relationship. You're not desirable enough. You have missed your time. Just all these fibs and tales and fables that you have told yourself that have no basis in reality, no grounds, that are stopping you from using the season that you have with yourself as a time of exploration, as a time of discovery, as a time of self-love and self-growth. You are not a person that is lacking. You are a person that is in abundance. This is not a waiting period, and this is not an in-between period. This is your life. Okay, live in it, be present in it, and be intentional in it. So you've made that mindset shift. You understand that this is a period for you to grow, to love yourself, to develop into yourself, all of that jazz. But how are we going to do that? How are we going to use this time to develop ourselves, to grow into ourselves? Let me tell you something. When I was a teenager, and also a little bit younger, this like thought pattern lasted a very long time. But I had this like knight in shining armor type of like dream. I was like, okay, this is my situation, this is what I'm going through. I'm just gonna wait until the knight in shining armor comes and he'll save me, he'll fix all my problems, he'll take me out of this situation, da 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 da. I put my life on pause for this hypothetical knight in shining armor to come. That stopped and postponed and delayed my self-love journey and my self-growth journey. I could have been so much more of a healthier individual quicker if I took myself out of that mindset. And although I'm not to blame because I was younger, the problem was that I was waiting for somebody to love me first so that I can love myself. The problem with a lot of you is that you're waiting for somebody to love you so that you can be like, okay, I am actually lovable. Let me love myself now because they love me. Why are you waiting for permission to love yourself? Why are you waiting for permission to grow? You were waiting for permission to flourish when you could be doing that now. I need you girlies to wake up. You were losing years, months, weeks, just not being the healthiest, most secure, most lovely version of yourself because you were waiting on this person to come and save you. You can save yourself. You think that you can only become the best version of yourself if somebody else sees the potential of you to become the best version of yourself first. That's no. You can start to become the best version of yourself today. Matter of fact, you can become the best version of yourself today just by thinking like her, by acting like her, and by behaving like her, by doing the things that she would do. You are her. You are becoming her. A lot of you, when you're single, it's almost like you were grayed out and you're waiting for somebody else to come in and color you in. Color yourself in. The crayons are right there. They're right there. By you just being like, okay, I'm going to use this season intentionally. I'm going to spend a lot of time with my friends. I'm going to grow in my hobbies. I'm going to grow in my skills. I'm going to try new things. I'm going to spend more time with my family. That is you coloring yourself in bit by bit. So then when you meet somebody, you'll already be full of color. You'll already be full of color, and you won't rely on him to give you the tools that you need to color yourself in. Singlehood as a gift, actually, it is one of the best times that you will have in your life. You get to focus holistically on yourself. You get to focus and spend more time on your self-care, your self-love, your self-development without having to be considerate of somebody else. I'm going to be able to do that by discovering myself now, by growing now, by hustling now. I'm using this time wisely, and I need you to use it wisely too. You are so ready, so quick to label this as a just until period. I'll be lazy with my personal care and my style just until I get a boyfriend. Then afterwards, I'll like dress up and put in effort. I'll just save my money. Like I won't put it in experiences just until I get more money. What is this just until? What is this just until? It doesn't make sense. Stop with this just enough nonsense. You have the time now. You have the resources now. You have the ability to do it now. You don't need to come alive for somebody else. Do it for you. Actually annoys me because there's just so much idolization of relationships and romantic situations and things like that, and I was like that too. And then I realized how much mental space it was robbing me of, how much time it was robbing me of, just because I was thinking about just everything that I would step into once I get into a romantic relationship, that I wasn't paying attention to my present reality. I wasn't paying attention to myself as an individual. You need to focus on yourself, especially right now. You need to become self-concerned, especially right now. You have the time, the freedom, and the facilities to do so. And if you do have somebody, if you do have a partner and you're watching this, you can still discover yourself outside of your relationship. You can still discover what you like, what you don't like. You can still try new things. You can still grow as a person if you want. It doesn't need to stop just because you have a partner. It doesn't need to stop. Strengthen your friendships and social connections. Guys, when you're in your friends, because I'm 22. I don't know how old you guys are when you're watching this, but I'm 22. All my girlies are single. Now, all my girlies are single. When you're young, hot, flirty, fun, and single, the possibilities. We all love adventure. We all love spontaneous things, and we all just love making memories. This is the time for us to do that. Do you know how many memories you can make? Use, like, obviously, like, this is not a time of lack, and this is not a time of you waiting until you step into another dimension of your identity, which is like a wife or a mother or whatever. But do you know how much mom lore you can rack up with your friends right now? You can use this time to create some crazy stories to tell your kids later on in the future. I already have a lot for me and my kids. I'm using this time intentionally. I'm going out, I'm doing fun things. I am in my prime. I'm in my, why are you wasting your prime? You are never gonna look like this again. Your body's never gonna look like this again. Why are we not making use of it? Oh, because we want to wait until the guy comes in our life, so then we can actually start living it. Even though we came on this earth without him and we'll leave this earth without him, we're waiting until he... Okay.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep.
Anyway, put that aside. X that mindset. The truth is that you need to be fulfilled and happy by yourself for you to be fulfilled and happy in a relationship, and for you to provide a fulfilling and happy relationship. In order to do that, you need to have a good relationship with yourself. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to create a singlehood vision. We can create a vision board for our romantic life, our careers, our professional lives, our education, whatever. But why don't we create a vision board for how we want our single lives to look like? Honestly, my whole vision board is a singlehood board. It is me trying new hobbies, developing new skills, going to certain places with my friends, hosting particular parties, getting dressed up to do things with them. What do you want your singlehood to look like? What do you want your singleness to look like? And create a vision board and some goals surrounding that. What do you want to work on? What do you want to grow in? Write that down so that you can intentionally start using this time to work towards that, to grow yourself, to better yourself, and to become more well-rounded. The next thing that I'm going to ask you guys to do is to experiment, watch new shows, watch new plays, start new hobbies. I was actually thinking of starting iajitsu or something like that. It's like I was kind of obsessed with Demon Slayer, and I really wanted a katana and to learn how to use a katana. Therefore, I wanted to do that. But I decided to opt out for a number of reasons, but I'm trying to find something else, another new hobby that I can start this year. I try and start a new hobby every single year, and that's something that will not change even when I enter into a relationship. But look at how intentional I'm being. I'm being intentional in trying new things, experiencing new things. That can also be a good conversation starter. You're making yourself a more interesting person. I've done dance before. I've actually tried ice skating before. Oh, I used to play tennis. Oh, actually, I fenced. Experiment, try new things. Maybe take up pottery. You could be talented in that. Macrame. I don't even know what that is, but maybe you could try it. You have so much time right now. You have so much freedom, and you're just letting it go by. No, get it back, grab it, and go try something. Go find something. The next thing that I'm going to recommend for you guys to do, this is my favorite one. You are going to make a compliment jar. I don't know if you guys have seen Aquamarine, but there is this scene in Aquamarine where I forgot her name. It's been such a long time since I watched it, but the mermaid in it, she puts on these starfish earrings and they whisper compliments in her ear. You're essentially going to do that, except they're not going to be talking. You're just going to pull out a piece of paper from a jar. But it's romantic. Don't look at it like that. What you're going to do is you're going to spend time writing down all these different compliments on a sheet of paper. And maybe if you have any insecurities, try and compliment them too. Put them all in a jar. So then every day you pull out a compliment, you read, oh, so sweet. And then you go about your day. You'll pull out another compliment the next day. Oh my gosh, thank you. You pull it. And so then you are affirming yourself. You become more confident. You become more secure in yourself. And it will show. You start your day off with a compliment and it will show. And this also goes hand in hand with the next point, which is to use the power of gratitude. What I wrote down was to use the power of gratitude to cultivate abundance. It's true. When you're more thankful for things, more things start to happen to you. I guess because you're more focused on the positive aspects and you were actually more grateful. And when you are more grateful, the doors kind of open up for you. God kind of works like that. So look at your life right now. Look at your situation right now. Instead of focusing on what's not happening, focus on what you have right now, what's going on right now, what you love right now, and express gratitude. Express gratitude. Audibly write it down. Just every single day express gratitude about something in your current situation. That will not only cultivate just a mindset, a positive mindset, a thankful mindset, but will also allow doors to open for more of what you're thankful of to come, because you are open to it. You want to receive it. You are appreciative of it. And so therefore it will come to you. And the last thing that you are going to do in order to fully use this singlehood as your season of growth is that you are going to make an adventure bucket list. I don't know what happened to bucket lists. I don't know why people aren't doing them anymore. I don't know why you're waiting until you're like 30 to do them, but you're not dead. So why won't you do it now? Do you want to climb up a mountain? Do you want to go skydiving? Do you want to go snorkeling? Do you want to go paragliding? Write it all down in your adventure bucket list. Don't just write it down for the sake of writing down. Start researching. How are you going to do those things? Are there centers in your area that provide those activities? Do you have the funds to travel across the Atlantic? How are you going to get the funds to travel across the Atlantic? Make it possible. Make it possible. Start actualizing your goals and dreams. Therefore, your single life is going to be so exciting, so thrilling, so fun that you're not even going to think about what you're missing or what you don't have, because Your current life is so much more abundant, so fulfilling, and so exciting for you. You're waking up every single day waiting to see what exciting thing you're going to do today, what next thing you're going to partake in today. It is guys, honestly, take this time now. Be intentional in your singlehood now. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys had an amazing time, and I forgot to mention, but this episode is also available on Spotify, as is the rest of the season. If you want to watch the rest of the season, the playlist will be in the description down below for the rest of the videos in the 10 Days of Galentine series. If you want to listen to the rest of the series, the link will also be in the description. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias because I post extra advice, tips, just behind the scenes and whatever on there, and I want to interact with you guys a lot more this year. I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.